what am I saying? So we are sitting on board our 1965 Albert 30 sailboat in beautiful sunny Los Angeles, California. I decided I wanted to do this series because Sailor James, my husband, is always documenting his and now our adventures on the boat, and there's always some beer to drink when you're at sea. So I thought that the different places that we went, I could find a different beer, and we could have a conversation about it. So on our way to the boat today, we stopped in San Pedro, and in LA we do say San Pedro, which is right by our marina, and we stopped into the San Pedro Brewing Company. And they had, I think, 7 of their own beers on draft, and also maybe 11 or 12 other interesting craft beers on tap. And I tried a couple. I tried a pale that was a little sweet for me, so I went with the Royal Palms, which is supposed to be their New England style hazy IPA. So I only had a sip of it when I was in the brewery, just to make sure that I wanted to take a whole little crowler home with me. And so now I'm going to try it for real with you. So San Pedro doesn't have any cans or anything pre-bottled. They have beers that they take off their draft lines. So I got a crowler of their New England style IPA, and it's called the Royal Palms. The Royal Palms is named after a state park, which is also a beach. And they name all of their beers after different places in the area. So there's one called Battleship, Iowa. There's one called the Longshoreman, which is who works all around here. I really like that San Pedro names all of their beers per their location and to honor the things that are around them. I think that's what's really special about craft beer, is that it has a connection with where it comes from, not only sometimes the names, but the styles and also the ingredients that are used. So big props to San Pedro for keeping it local in that way. I have my favorite little tasting cup. This isn't very hazy for a hazy IPA, but the Royal Palms has a nice citrus note to it in the hops. It's got a little bit of that like danky, tarry taste, but not too much. It's not overbearingly bitter. It's got a nice malt profile. It feels nice in my mouth. A little bit of sweetness, but not too much. Nice, pretty white head on top. It doesn't look hazy to me. It's definitely an IPA. And it came right off their draft line, so maybe theirs is just not as orange juicy looking as some of the other ones, but it's got a nice, it's definitely got a nice hop profile. Like I will probably drink all of this. I can't tell what kind of hops are in it. I would guess it's probably West Coast ones, but not like the big giant like Cascades or anything. It's 6.5, which is pretty standard for alcohol in an IPA. I don't know why they're calling this a hazy. It's not a hazy.
Yeah, it's pretty clear, right?
Yeah. It's a good IPA. It's a solid IPA. It's just like like that style is so hot right now everybody wants to be making a hazy. If you went on Untapped is the like beer review
app. Mm-hmm.
There's photos of their different beers. I guess it didn't look super hazy. They have a Hefeweizen that I thought was gonna be the hazy, and so when I was looking through their beers, looking at the other ones because I didn't taste a whole bunch of them when I was there. The Hefeweizen did look very opaque, like it should have, but this didn't. So
it still tastes good.
Still tastes good. I like this beer. I think it's a good, solid IPA. I don't know that anybody would call that hazy, but it's still delicious. I would give San Pedro Brewing Company's Royal Palms IPA a 4 out of 5 sheets to the wind, because even though it doesn't exactly fit what I would say a New England IPA is supposed to be, it's a really solid beer, and I would get it again. If you're in Southern California, San Pedro is a real gem of like South LA, and San Pedro Brewing is one of those gems also. It's totally tucked away. You can't get their beer anywhere else, and the Royal Palms IPA is definitely worth a sip or 2 or 3. So check them out if you're down here, and thank you so much for watching my inaugural review. I'm really excited about doing this, about traveling and trying new beers and sharing them with you. Thank you to our patrons, and please give us a like or a thumbs up if you feel it. It really helps us, and let me know what kind of beers you're drinking, what you think that I should try to find around here, or when we travel, what I should be looking for. This is all about sharing a beer with you guys, so let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll be doing lots more of this. Until next time. Do you love me though?
I do love you.
Why? Why?
So many reasons.
Tell me too.
You have a beautiful ass. This is gonna be good bloopers. And the best smile in the world.
I smile and my ass is smile.
Choose your own adventure.